Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls and others, thanks for joining us on my vlog. Today we're gonna go and see my mom and dad and do a little interview with them. So join me and Suki as we see my parents. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Lou. I love your outfit. I want it. Come on, Lou.
And look, Dad's here too. What a great surprise.
He's helped me tremendously.
You guys want to sit down? It's a nice day here.
Uh,
And Mom, you know who this outfit is?
Keith Haring.
You are so smart. So I'm right here with my mom and dad. Look how great they look, everybody. We're gonna ask them a few questions. And look how in love they are still after all these years. Isn't that wonderful? How long have you guys been married?
As long as that kiss lasted.
67 years.
67 years.
I
Wow.
think that's acceptable.
Yeah. And Mom, what's it been like being married to Lowell for so long?
Made a big mistake.
And what about you, Lowell? What's it been like to be married to Sue for all this time?
I still love her. I'm here, aren't I? No, when I first night I saw Sue, I fell in love. That was because she was a beauty.
And do you want to talk about that night? How you guys met and whatnot?
Yeah. You want to tell them? Remember how we met?
Of course I remember. Do you remember?
Well, I know you guys know, but do you want to tell the people at home?
I will tell them very simply. We were on a blind date, where we didn't know who our partners were going to be at a beach party. And we were with one of my friends, and you probably took one look at my friend, and he grabbed me, and he said, "That's my date."
Because Gail, and she is a beautiful woman. But she was tall, and
Mom is short.
and she was short. And Monty actually ended up my brother-in-law. He was calling, and I was at the fraternity house with a friend Jerry, and we were by ourselves because everybody went to the beach party, or on a Saturday night they were doing anything. So we just sat there. The phone rang, and it was Monty, and he said,
"Have you got another girl for me?"
So Monty said, like, there's two pretty girls here that would probably like to go to the beach party.
And those were Monty's date sisters?
No.
That was his. It was Monty's ended up marrying her sister Joni, and they were doing something else. They were going to a party. But
sorry about that loud car.
But
Sue
and Gail were at the house, and so Monty called and says, "Anybody?"
At our house, not the fraternity.
Yeah, I was at the fraternity house.
Wonderful. That's a great story.
Well, wait a minute, I'm telling you.
I was trying to cut you off.
So I told Monty, I said, "What do the girls look like?" He said, "Oh, they're both beautiful, but one is tall and one is short." So I said, "Well, I'll take the tall one." So anyway, so Monty said, "Right, in a half an hour, I'll bring the girls over." So I told Jerry. I said, "Jerry, you want to go to? You want to go to
Jerry Gartman.
Yeah, Jerry Brickman. Do you want to go to the beach party?" And he said, "Yeah." And I said, "Okay, well, you've got the short girl. I got the tall girl." And he said, "Okay." So Monty came in, and he got out of the car. And these two girls came up, and they ran, and I saw Sue. And
this is what happened.
So you changed your mind. You're the little
Jerry
one
was almost over there, and I gave Jerry a big push, No, was knocked him out, and I went over and said, "Hi, I'm Lowell," to Sue.
And it's
And
you
so
guys
Jerry-
been together ever since,
Yeah,
and lived happily ever after.
And Jerry was.
He just wants to keep telling this story.
And Jerry and Gail didn't get along at all.
Her name changes in each sentence.
Wasn't it
was
Gail?
it was Gail, but you were calling her Gail earlier.
Gail.
But that's
Oh.
okay. There's
Right.
only one letter.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But Mother can tell you, I drove everybody there, and you remember about.
You drove?
He
Yeah.
was a car.
And what kind of car did you have back then?
I had a very nice. My father, when I went to college, gave me a brand new Ford convertible.
Oh wow,
It was a beautiful
convertible.
car.
The only
And do you know what
generous
year
thing
it
he
was?
ever
Huh?
did.
Do you know what year your Ford or model it
It was
was?
about a 1950 or so.
Wow.
51.
So you had to start it. You had to turn a crank in front of it,
So,
or not? So well,
but-
that was your first date.
yeah, but you
And
remember-
how old were you guys?
Don't say remember.
I was 22, and Sue was
19.
No, you were 17.
Okay.
You were.
Ah.
I'm gonna wait for her to come
But-
down so she knows we're real. Okay.
But the reason that Sue finally told me why she liked me was when we drove back, when I drove before, I was embarrassed wearing my glasses. So I squinted to see.
Uh huh.
And
Like this.
yeah, and so what, how come you like that?
Reminded me of Joni, who worked extra.
No, you said your father.
It reminded me of my father and Joni,
Yeah.
my sister, who
And
both
wasn't-
had bad eyesight, and it narrowed their peripheral, their vision.
Got
They
it.
squint their eyes.
So it wasn't that sick whip that made you like him? It wasn't the car? You liked the car or no?
No, the car wasn't instrumental at all.
Oh, look at
Who
that.
cares about cars?
Apparently not you.
No,
And
I didn't care about cars.
But
did you think he was handsome?
You didn't think about that. I liked him.
He got good personality?
No, he had a good look.
Good look. All right.
Yeah. Well, he is good looking.
Yeah, I'd like to say so because I look like you guys.
Yeah.
Okay, so we moved the party inside. They look a little more cozy here too. And they're talking about
And
how
were
they...
not little gnats. I hate them. I hate those bugs.
yeah, they're gone.
Yeah, Mom, you used to like to do a lot of bug hunting at the house. Sorry, so that was how
I
you
did
met.
A lot of things. I looked for four-leaf clovers.
Okay. And weeds, you like to find weeds.
If there was a weed in my garden, I'd pull it.
And you like to clean a lot too.
Thank you.
So, Dad, I did a little interview with you before. I neglected to ask you about all the celebrities that you showed movies at their homes. Do you remember any of those celebrities that you worked for?
Yeah, well, it's I worked for Dean Martin for quite a while, and I worked for Kirk Douglas, and I worked for Barbara Streisand, and I don't know, a lot of other celebrities.
And
those are the three big ones that people might remember.
And you worked for some studio executives too, like David Beagleman and Freddie Fields, which none of you guys at home would know, but they were pretty famous people back then.
Right, yeah.
And, you know, I have, you gave me a brownie box camera that said, Merry Christmas Lowell from Barbara Streisand, has a plaque on it. And if anybody wants to buy it, the price is right. Barbara Streisand.
With the spelling of her name, you know, she spelled her name.
With one,
Okay.
with one.
A.
Yeah, one R, she has.
Yeah,
I said A.
they told me there'd be no spelling in this video because I have dyslexia.
Okay.
And what else would you guys like to talk about?
I'd like to talk about the weather in California.
And what's
I'd like
the
to
weather
say-
in California?
I'd like to say this about the weather. I've been here for quite a few years. I would say 60 years. And I never remember balmy weather like we're having. We're so warm.
So you said you lived here for 60 years, about 60 years. Where did you live before this?
In a little town of Joplin, Missouri.
That sounds like misery.
No, it was nice.
You had company.
Little
And
towns are quite
is that near
sad.
Kansas City?
What?
Is that near Kansas City, Joplin,
Not
Missouri?
walking distance. It's lots of miles away from Kansas
Got it.
City.
Definitely not walking distance.
Didn't you-
And how old were you when you moved to California?
About 8 years old.
And what about you, Dad? Where did you live before you came to California?
Never missed. I lived in Los Angeles, and I'm still living here.
Born and raised, just like you know who.
Right, but
Me.
I lived
Born and
I lived
raised.
in around Pico and Olympic for a long time. Then I moved. My family, we moved to Glendale.
Yeah, I think we got that in our last video.
Oh, okay, all right.
Let's move on to some new topics.
Okay.
So I know you guys had a really great life and did a lot of traveling. You want to talk about some of your places you've been, Mom? Do you remember any of the places that you
Dad
traveled?
did the more executive cruises.
You like cruises. You like going on boats.
But I'm talking about his job was to take every movie that is coming out in the future for Disney and showcase it in a special, like he did Pirates of, who did you do at the Super Bowl in Florida? In Nolens. We're old, we forget things.
The friend, the
Pirates of the Caribbean?
No,
Hunchback of Notre Dame?
That's right.
I got that hint.
Hunchback of
and
Notre
we
Dame.
did that at the Super Bowl.
At the Super Bowl,
Yeah.
where they had the football game? Or the
Uh-huh.
Superdome?
Yeah.
Super Bowl.
The Super Bowl is a game, was it?
No,
They took
the
over
the big building.
Right.
If they took over the
Yeah, I
building and
remember-
converted it
so-
to a movie theater.
Yeah, so we had 60,000 people looking at the movie, and we had a lot of screens set up, and then we did a big show. We had people coming, dancers coming out of the ceiling, and it was a big,
It was a
thing.
production.
Wow.
A big
That sounds
production.
awesome.
Well, in New York City, we did.
In the park.
Yeah, we took over New York, the city park. You know.
Central.
Yeah, and what was animation about a young Chinese girl.
Mulan.
Mulan.
That's
That's
right.
right, Mulan.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful that you remembered them.
And so it was wonderful for Sue.
Uh-oh, they're running the vacuum. Finished.
For Sue, it was wonderful because there we were there for like a month working, doing all this, and we were in a hotel right across from the park. It was really a lovely.
Is that the Waldorf Historian?
No.
No.
This is a very very private, smaller.
Not that I know where the
Yeah,
Waldorf
I
Historian
don't, you
is.
want to know the name of where we were staying?
Yeah. No.
Wasn't the Hemsley Palace.
But-
And where else have you done
Well,
these
I'll tell you a
screenings?
bit more about what we
Nolens.
did in, or do you want
New
to hear
York.
about what we did in there. We had 100,000 people there, and each of the areas of New York got so many tickets. So we had this one big night where there'd be 100,000 people, which we did. And so to run the movie, there's not a screen big enough for 1,000 people. So we had 4 60-foot screens moved around, and there was no way to hang the screens. So we went.
It was in the park.
At the park. So when the boats come with the big things with the
Shipping containers.
Yeah, shipping containers. We ended up getting like 80 of those things.
And stacking them up and putting the screen against them?
So each one, that's how we did it. And so for weeks, every night, there'd be these big trucks coming with these things. And so we set them up, and then we had a big show. I can't think of the actress, but singer put it on. So
Terrific.
So
Boy, I should have brought a tripod because my arm is getting tired from holding this camera. What's that, Mom?
You could rest for a minute.
Yeah, no, we're going nonstop. No edits here, babe. And do you have any other screens you did in other places,
we
like
went to-
Russia, maybe?
we went to Australia.
You went to
Argentina.
Argentina.
Yep. And we did a thing in the summer, which is the winter here, and we took over a
Bullfighting ring.
Yeah, it was a big park, and so.
And do you remember what movie it was?
No, well, no, what it was that we had a little Disneyland.
Hello?
Party.
Try the other door. I'm sorry, we can edit that out.
There's another dog in here.
Oh, they're old friends.
They are, alright.
Hello.
Hi.
Nice to see you. Yes, well, you turned off the camera.
It's back on. You guys are back
so
on. We had a little
we
pedestrian crossing.
We took this big park, which had the bull thing, and we made it into a park, a Disneyland, and it was all about film, about all the different movies, but every night we had we ran a
premiere production.
No, we were all the old Disney movies we would run every night. There'd be a new Disney film they'd run, and we had to build this big thing to climb up where the projector rooms were up, because they had to be up high, going down with big show every night before the dancing and everything, and there was an MC and everything, and every night he would say, I want you to know this movie's been brought to you from, and it's been brought to you by this man a friend of Walt Disney. I think he'd been dead by that time, and his name is Lowell Offord, and so I had to stand up and 10,000 or 9,000 people all would clap at.
Wow.
But we did this for
That must have felt pretty good.
Yeah, but we did this for about a month and a half.
Wow.
Doing this show every night. With,
And what did moi do?
but
I don't know. What did you do, Mom?
Argentina is a fabulous city. And,
That's what she did.
I was on my own time. I could do whatever I wanted. And there's just lots. It's a gorgeous city. And they have the main thing I remember is that we'd go out, the whole crew, for dinner every night. And all we ever got were prime rib, huge meals. Beef is their product. And it was just so incredible. And of course, a big eater like me.
So what you're saying is Dad ate a lot of prime rib
Tell 'em.
once again.
Steaks.
Tell
Don't
them.
you tell them.
Tell them what time we used to eat.
Oh yeah, they didn't eat until after midnight.
Yeah, yeah. The restaurants were even open for dinner till like 10 o'clock at night, 10:30.
So did you
Is that-
eat early or did you
that's-
eat
We
late?
ate late every
But
night.
that's, you know,
10:30 is early to me.
and
So was there any other places you went? You went to all the New
Well,
York and Australia and Argentina. You went to Paris. Did you do screenings in Paris as well?
well, we built, you know, the French Disney World. So, you know, from Disneyland, Paris. So we went there.
You did a lot of getting lost in Paris.
Yeah, but
But we had ample time to
What's-
get lost.
Well, you,
I mean, we were there for weeks.
and
imagine being in the most beautiful city in the world.
and Mom, do you remember any other places you've gone?
Well, I have a hard time remembering my name.
Why is that?
I have a little disease. It's called dementia. But I'm still very verbal. I've always been verbal. And you know I can talk. And Louie's a talker.
That's where I got it from.
yeah, but
Can't shut me up.
Huh?
I think Dad wants to talk. You.
no, go ahead, finish. Now it's quiet. No, I'm just saying that we went all over the world. I mean, we went to China and all.
Well, Dad went to Russia and I couldn't go.
Why, how come you didn't go to Russia, Mom?
It was go ahead.
Well, I don't know why I didn't go.
Because
That's
you-
part of my
Because you wouldn't
disease.
go. It was in those days, it was a third world country, and she didn't want to go.
I don't
That's
blame
probably
you.
a good thing.
Yeah.
But I was there.
So you went to China, you went to Russia.
went all through
I
Europe.
never went
All
to
through
China.
Europe. What other-
I never went to China.
You did too. We went ourselves on our own vacation.
Yes,
Oh.
but it wasn't free.
No, I wasn't.
Doesn't count if it's not free.
Uh-uh.
But
And where else in Europe did you go?
we went to Germany. We went. To
Oh, did you hear that, Mike?
Huh?
I was asking Mike if he heard that you guys went to Germany.
Oh, yeah.
You know my friend Mike?
Right.
He's from Germany.
I
Right.
went to Europe.
And do you know what cities you went to in Germany? Berlin?
Oh yeah, we went on.
I went to Germany too.
Yeah, you named some of the cities we were at.
No, I can't. I can't remember my name. How am I going to remember
let's see,
those?
I know them, but I can't think of the names.
Berlin.
Yeah, well, Berlin was one of them, right?
All right.
We did. We
And-
went to
But
a swap meet in the park
Oh.
in Germany, and I bought a something in gold. Wonder where it is.
it was a ring.
It was a ring. He said it was a ring. You gotta
It
believe
was.
it.
It was.
Yeah. And what other countries in Europe did you go to?
Well,
Amsterdam.
Where? Okay, Amsterdam,
Belgium,
Belgium.
England.
London, I like the best.
And was this all on one trip?
No, this is-
You've gone
this is
a
years.
lot of times. You've been
Every
to
year
Europe
we
back
went,
on.
we went on a trip.
And did you do that with the studio or you
Some-
paid?
Most of them were yeah.
Most of them were in the studio.
But
Well, I didn't know you guys were such world travelers. And how come you didn't bring your youngest son with you? I've never been to Europe.
well,
Well, Louis, you make it sound like you've just been deprived.
No, I
There
have
were
a
not
great life.
points- There were not points where it was ideal.
Was I doing too much drugs back then for you to take me anywhere?
We didn't take anybody.
I don't think you did drugs ever.
What?
I don't know, this video is not about you.
Everything's about
I
me.
had enough trouble, the mother, Sue and I just together, but.
I'll tell you what traveling did for Dad. He lost everything he was wearing.
That's right.
What happened?
A
You lost everything you
jacket.
were wearing.
Wearing.
Yeah, all I had was an empty.
He was wearing the jacket, he took it off because it was too hot, let's say. It never came home. He'd lose everything. Mostly hats.
He still does that.
Well, he does, that's a problem.
I'm always looking, when we go to the movies, he likes to leave his hat there.
Right. Or my cane.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
But then your father has dyslexia.
Oh, is that where I get it from?
Well, you don't get it from me. You can see how erudite I am.
I don't even know what that means, erudite.
I'm vocal. Very
Oh, look,
vocal.
you got those big
And
words.
And, big.
So in closing, you have something you'd like to say?
Well, of all the places that we went in the world, the best city by far to me was New York City. Number one, everybody spoke English, but Sue and I loved.
We love Manhattan.
Yeah, we loved it, but we loved the Broadway, and we used to go every night to see a show.
A live action play.
Yeah, and I had, so we did that, and I had friends there, and we'd go to, the restaurants were wonderful, and we just, we would end up between, the studio, I'd be going there, and we would even go on a trip on ourselves. So we would go to New York City maybe 2 or 3 times a year. And as I say, we'd go for like 10 days, and we'd see a show every night, and sometimes on Wednesday and Saturday, there's 2 shows, and so we'd see show. So we saw some just incredible shows.
What were some of your favorite Broadway shows?
Oh, God.
This was 60 years ago,
Yeah, it was a long time ago. Not quite so, yeah. But
50 years ago.
None stand out. You saw so many, it's hard to say
well,
which.
I know that when Disney, after they made the King,
The Chinese movie.
no, the King, no, the
Lion.
Lion King.
Took an
Right,
old
so anyway,
theater
Disney
and you
built-
guys fixed it up so
So-
you could show the Lion King.
Yeah, so but they decided they wanted to be able to run movies too. So I got
Okay.
involved.
Oh,
going there.
got it.
But when we went there, it was a worst place. You looked up and all the stuff, the
Plaster was all
all
the
the plaster
ceiling.
was falling down, and there were mice and rats. I mean, it was just a terrible place. But anyway, and now it's
It's a showcase.
yeah, and
Got it. So you don't really remember any of your favorite Broadway shows? You saw so many, it's
I'll
kind
have
of
to
a
think,
blur.
Oh, we were in New Orleans. Let me repeat that. New Orleans. For a very long time. And I think it's a fabulous city.
Okay. So I don't know if you know this, but when the Lion King show came out, I was working at Disney and I got to see the final dress rehearsal at the Pantages Theater.
oh really?
So that was a great musical.
Oh, you,
And the costumes were incredible and I enjoyed that one too.
oh,
Well, Mom's having some ice cream now. Dad's gonna have some ice cream too, I think. And I think we're gonna end this video now. So
I don't know.
yeah, they're just
Happy chocolate.
maybe you'd like the vanilla.
Mm-hmm.
having ice cream.
Yeah,
So you want to say anything in closing to everybody?
I love being a movie star.
Okay, Mom loves being a movie star. And you want to say anything?
No, I've talked enough.
All right, well, thank you guys all for watching. And normally I end with a cowabunga and a palm to the cam, but I think we're gonna let Mom close it out today
Ta-ta!
with her famous closer, the ta-ta, and I'm the toodaloo. Thank you. Who the star of the video always is?
You got it?
That's right, Sookie, the wonder dog. Sookie, you got anything you want to say to the kids at home? You're bored, you're tired, you want to go. Well, that's it from the interview with my mom and dad. They're enjoying their ice cream, and I'm going to end it for real now with a cowabunga and a palm to the cam, if I can find the cam.